Hi guys, welcome to another 2-minute devotion with Dad. We are still in Mark 10, technically. This one won't necessarily be long, but I just wanted to take a moment to pause and reflect on something. And it sort of summarizes this entire little section that we've been working on lately. And so Jesus has just finished saying, the rulers in this world will lord it over their people, and the officials flaunt their authority over those under them. But among you, it will be different. Whoever wants to be a leader among you must be your servant, and whoever wants to be first among you must be slave of everyone else. And then this is probably equivalent to John 3:16, this particular verse next. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve others, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Now, for even, these two words here, for even, this is basically means, for example, and he's just finished saying, whoever wants you to be the greatest must be the servant and slave of all. And then he said, for even, which means this is your example, the Son of Man. So Jesus himself showed himself as the example. He not only is, but in this case, pointed himself out as the example of everything that Jesus has just talked about. Now, 3 times in 2 chapters, he's talked about these opposite mentalities. So we've got this one here about the servant to be the least, and even, or the greatest to be the least. And even on the same page spread, we've got many who are greatest now will be least important then. And even like back in chapter 10, where was it? I had it ready. What was that one here? It's here somewhere. You go find it and you'll see the 3rd one about being the greatest. But anyway, it's there. So Jesus' concept is definitely a reverse mentality to us. But one thing I also wanted to show you, and this is the part we want to pause. This word, ransom. Now, I've previously talked about it, and so I won't harp too much, but I think it's really important because this is the whole reason Jesus came. He didn't just come to pay for our sins. He came to be a ransom. What does that mean? So when we go into this Greek, I just wanted to spell it out because Jesus did this for you now. This is what he did for you and me, and this is important. The price for redeeming or ransom, paid for slaves or captives, the ransom of life. And then the second meaning, to liberate many from the misery and penalty of their sins. So this is the reason Jesus came. This is the only reason. These are the only 2 places, there's actually 2 only places down the bottom here where this word ransom is used in the New Testament, and both of them are concerning Jesus. So we're getting right down to the focal point now of Jesus' ministry. And it's funny I use the word ministry because if you look up that word in the Greek, which I won't do today, we did that previously, become a minister. That means a slave, a servant. His ministry is all about servanthood. And so here we have, there's a few examples in the Old Testament here which you can go back later if you want to. They're all about the same kind of concept, paying a price for something in order to exchange. And so I just wanted to just take a moment to pause and literally thank Jesus for doing this for us, because without this, we would be definitely in a lot of trouble, as you can imagine. Hell is real, and it's not intended for us, but it becomes the place where people who refuse to believe and refuse the gift of salvation end up. Whether or not you feel that's just, that is the scriptural truth. And that is something that we just have to accept, because just like the colorblind dude who doesn't believe the tree is green and the trunk is brown, whether or not he believes and accepts that, that is the fact of the matter. And he needs to come to terms with that, because that's just the way it is. And with this, with the whole scriptures, the concept of God and Jesus, that is the way it is, whether or not we believe it. And fortunately, if you're reading and watching this, it means you do believe, which means we need to get others to believe as well. And not get them to, but convince them and show them the truth. But this here is literally the pivotal point of Jesus' ministry, other than the crucifixion, or of everything that he was saying, at least. We're getting to John 3:16 in however long it takes. But this is almost either a preface to it or the next verse, because this is the absolute, the truth focal point. Everything hangs on this statement. But even then, he didn't just say the Son of Man didn't come, for even. So if he gave his life for the entire existence of mankind, you can see how Jesus will actually be the greatest. And that is why we worship him. That is why we praise and adore and thank him if you go to church, this is what worship is all about, because he is the greatest for what he's already done, as he exemplified and as he verbally set out as well. So I just wanted to take a moment to really drive that home. Without that one point, all of this is futile. And because this is not about me talking into a microphone and showing you pictures on a screen and having you go, oh, that's pretty cool. It's not about anything other than reflecting, and this is about following Jesus' life so we can become more like him, and studying the words he said and using his example as our guide. And when Jesus says for even, that means, mate, we got to listen, because he's done it. He did this. This is what we are to do. Hard to hear, harder to do. But if you want to be great, just, it's all here for us to literally deny ourselves and do as he did. So that's a bit of a tough one this morning, but you know what? I don't care, because I'm learning from this too. And when we all get to heaven, and we're that much of a better, not better person, because we're already heaven by then, when we have that much more treasure, we will be grateful that we took these moments here on earth to tend to our own state of being and improve it. Bless you guys. Have a great day, and I'll see you at the next one. Bye.